Welcome to Southwest Desert, where adventure meets the arid beauty of the American Southwest. Join me as we explore Southwest's lost historical characters, stunning desert vistas, forgotten Native American history, or tales of lost gold mines. There's always something new to discover. Subscribe now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on our latest desert adventures. Let's journey together into the heart of the Southwest Desert. Sit back and enjoy. Welcome, listeners, to another episode of Southwest Desert, where we dive deep into the fascinating stories of America's Southwest. Today, we're exploring the legendary tale of Peg Leg Smith and his fabled lost gold mine. It's a story that has captivated treasure hunters and history buffs for over a century, set against the backdrop of one of the most unforgiving landscapes in North America. Our story begins in the early 19th century with a man named Thomas L. Smith. Born in 1801 in Garrard County, Kentucky, Smith was the son of an Irish immigrant who had fought in the Indian Wars of the Northwest. Little did young Thomas know that his life would become the stuff of legend, intertwining with the very fabric of the American frontier. At the age of 23, Smith's adventurous spirit led him to join a caravan of 80 wagons and 150 men bound for Santa Fe, New Mexico. This wasn't just any journey. It was a perilous trek across the Great Plains, teeming with buffalo and hostile Native American tribes. Imagine, if you will, the sight of this caravan winding its way through the rugged landscape, scaling the Rocky Mountains, and descending through sunset-painted canyons into the great Southwest. It was during one of his many adventures that Smith earned the moniker that would stick with him for life. While in the Grand River country of Colorado, a skirmish with local Native Americans led to a life-altering injury. In an act of bravery, or perhaps foolhardiness, Smith attempted to retrieve the body of a fallen comrade. An arrow found its mark, shattering the bone in his left leg just above the ankle. In a display of frontier grit, Smith borrowed a butcher knife from the camp cook and finished what the arrow had started. Yes, you heard that right. He amputated his own leg. Carried 150 miles on a litter between two mules, Smith found himself in a Snake Indian village. There, the tribal women nursed him back to health. Once he was able to move around, Smith crafted himself a wooden leg from an ash tree. From that day forward, he was known to all as Peg Leg Smith. Thank you for joining your desert frontiersman Alan for another Southwest Lost Gold Tale. If you would like to help support my time and channel, hit the Super Thanks heart icon on the bottom of the video and contribute. This is very helpful. Relax and enjoy. Fast forward to 1829. Peg Leg and his companions had been trapping along the tributaries of the Virgin and Colorado rivers. At the junction of the Gila River, the site of what would later become the town of Yuma, Smith and a fellow trapper named LaRue were entrusted with a crucial mission. They were to take a mule train laden with pelts to the Spanish settlements on the Pacific coast. But between them and their destination lay one of the most unforgiving deserts in the American Southwest, the Great Salton Sink. Picture, if you will, an endless sea of sand under a merciless sun. It was into this no-man's land that Peg Leg and LaRue ventured with 15 or 20 pack animals loaded with furs and precious kegs of water. Days of trudging through soft sand took their toll. Water was running low, and the heavy load of furs was slowing them down. In a critical decision, they chose to cache half of their furs in the sand dunes, hoping to return for them later. It was during this grueling journey that fate intervened. Late one evening, Smith and LaRue made camp at the base of the Chocolate Mountains near 3 small black buttes. Seeking to get his bearings and possibly locate water, Smith climbed to the top of the highest butte. On his descent, something caught his eye. Black pebbles scattered over the sides and around the base of the butte. Curious, he picked up several, noting their unusual weight, and pocketed a few. Little did he know that this simple act would spark a legend that would endure for generations. After a harrowing journey through the desert, Smith and LaRue finally reached the Spanish settlements on the coast. It was here that the true nature of Smith's discovery was revealed. The black pebbles he had absent-mindedly collected were, in fact, solid gold nuggets. Nature, in its infinite creativity, had coated them with a thin film of manganese, disguising their true value. With the proceeds from their fur sales, including the retrieval of their catched pelts, Smith and LaRue did what many frontiersmen would do with a sudden windfall. They went on a weeks-long spree, celebrating their survival and newfound wealth. In 1848, just before the great gold rush that would transform California, Smith returned to the desert. His mission? To relocate the 3 black buttes where he had stumbled upon those enigmatic gold nuggets years before. But the desert, as it often does, kept its secrets. Despite his efforts, Smith was unable to find the site again. The unforgiving landscape had swallowed up all familiar landmarks, leaving him with nothing but memories and a growing legend. Pegleg Smith's quest came to an end in 1866 when he passed away in San Francisco. But his story, the tale of the lost Pegleg mine, was just beginning its journey into the annals of Western lore. In the 85 years following Smith's death, his story took on a life of its own. The tale of his fabulous discovery spread throughout the desert country, growing and changing with each retelling. The legend became so expansive that it became impossible to attribute all the experiences to one man. Thus, in the minds of many, a second Pegleg Smith was born. Many old prospectors, their eyes glinting with the promise of hidden riches, firmly believed there were 2 Peglegs, and that both of them actually found the lost butte of the gold nuggets. It's a testament to the power of a good story, how it can multiply and evolve, taking on new dimensions with each passing year. But wait, there's more. Yet another legend sprang up around the Pegleg discovery. This tale speaks of a white man in the mid-19th century who was guided to the gold by local Native Americans. According to this account, the 3 buttes were part of the rim of a great volcanic crater. Imagine the scene: a vast, ancient caldera, its sides studded with gold. But this geological treasure trove came with a deadly twist. The fortunate, or perhaps unfortunate, discoverer reported being almost overcome by gas fumes welling up from the crater floor. Despite the dangers, the story goes that he and his Native American companion managed to bring out about 50 pounds of the black-coated metal. Their reward? A staggering $65,000, a fortune in those days. And so, dear listeners, we come to the end of our tale, but not to the end of the mystery. For over a century, the legend of Pegleg Smith's lost gold mine has drawn prospectors and adventurers from every corner of the globe. They've combed the California desert, that great American Sahara, searching for any trace of the lost valley of the Phantom Buttes. Many have spent their fortunes, and some have even lost their lives, battling the twin demons of the desert, heat and thirst, all in pursuit of those elusive black nuggets that once filled Pegleg Smith's pockets. Is the lost Pegleg mine still out there, waiting to be rediscovered? Or is it merely a mirage, a story born of desperation and desert hallucinations? We may never know for certain. But one thing is clear: the legend of Pegleg Smith and his lost gold mine has become an indelible part of the mythology of the American Southwest. It reminds us of a time when the frontier was still wild, when fortunes could be made or lost on a single discovery, and when the desert held secrets that could transform a one-legged trapper into a figure of legend. Who knows? Perhaps somewhere out there, beneath the shimmering heat waves of the California desert, three black buttes still stand guard over a wealth of black gold nuggets. And maybe, just maybe, some intrepid explorer will one day stumble upon Peg Leg Smith's lost mine, bringing a century-old legend to life. Until next time, this is Southwest Desert reminding you that sometimes the greatest treasures are the stories we tell and the legends we create. Thank you for listening, and may your own frontiers always be full of wonder and discovery. Happy trails. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more great content. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.